Surprise, but how about the coverage there, able to bat it down?
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. That one goes for 24 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Looking to throw. Stroud eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to let it go again. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They'll give this to Singletary running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. That is caught by Dell.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
This will be caught at about the 5. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Fourth down. Here's Stroud.
Dancing to his left. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they work this out past the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down.
He's going to let it fly. caught inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A good pickup there of 22.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
They will run with Singletary. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Handoff right side to Pierce.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top